reaching a peaceful resolution!
Sorry, Landau. We tried it your way. I'm not freezing to death out here over goblin diplomacy.
This one thinks the goblins aren't interested in what you have to say. We have that in common.
Did Thariah convince you to join us? I hope you fare better with the goblins.
If you can get Ranja out of this cold, she will share her bedroll with you. For warmth, of course.
Sure. No, just go ahead and slaughter your way through. Don't mind me. Talk to them, of course. But I imagine that's not something you've often tried in your field of expertise. Landelgvan.
I can see it. The entrance is just... Of course they have a troll. That seemed to scare them off for now. Quick, get inside!
Wait! Aren't these places usually trapped?
Oh, I hope so. What I wouldn't give for a nice warm steam trap right about now.
Finally.
Am I the only one who gets the feeling that maybe the dwarves sealed the vault for good reason? I know Thariah would hate to hear me say this, but hopefully nothing. I would much prefer an empty room over unleashing some ancient evil that even the dwarves feared.
He hasn't moved for thousands of years.
If they expect me to go back for our supplies by myself, forget it!
Need a new soul gem for one. But I have something to help sniff that out.
What is that thing?
The Clockwork City. Perfect for finding things in hard-to-reach places. It's on to something. After it.
You can follow it through this door. The lock is broken. Thank the goblins for saving Ranja the trouble.
I just thought you looked hungry. You don't want to eat? For the last time, Burr, I'm not trying to fatten you up.
This one thinks the little metal rat would make a good toy for her cinch cousin's cub. Perhaps she will take one as part of her payment.
I've never seen anything like that little rat. Didn't know anyone but the dwarves made things like that. Might have to visit this clockwork city when this is all done.
Now, Burr, you wouldn't want someone to say that about your mother, would you? What do you mean you ate your mother? Wait! It's their chieftain! I might be able to arrange a truce. Maybe even a trade for the stone. Or you can just kill him. Nothing deranged about that. Just going to kill everything we come across? I came here to study goblins, not slaughter them.
If you want to run on ahead and make a peace offering, be our guest.
Let's just take the soul gem and go.
Hold your horses. Thoraya also said we need to find an equilibrium sphere. Whatever that is. Hey! The rat's moving again. I guess we keep following? Damn, more goblins. You go ahead, we'll catch up when it's clear.
I don't know why I bothered signing up for this glorified treasure hunt. I was enticed by the possibility of observing a Reekling tribe from the inside. And not just any Reekling tribe, but one that has settled on a dwarven site. I could have observed firsthand goblins making discoveries of an advanced civilization. Not immediately, but they are practiced scavengers, and this vault has no shortage of machinery. They might have repurposed some of the dwarves' inventions, maybe even make inventions of their own. We'll never know now.
Hold up! I think the rat's onto something. This an equal whatever sphere rat? Looks round enough to... Oh, and there it goes again! Let's get these parts back to Thoraya.
You really think Thoraya is going to get that enormous pile of junk working with a few of these tiny parts? If we just massacred all these goblins for nothing, I don't even know what I'll do.
If I can channel enough energy through the tonal emitter on its arm, it should reduce the vault door to twisted slag. But I'll need fresh shock conveyors to manage it.
Ranja has let your toy rat through this door. No need to thank her.
Was it listening to us? I didn't know it could do that. In any case, it must have detected something. Check it out. We won't be able to direct the Soul Gem's power without functional shock conveyors. They're common Dwemer technology, but we'll need the most pristine you can find for what I'm planning. I think our goblin squatters helped themselves to some of the construct's parts. We'll either need to get them back or find suitable substitutes. Follow my skivaton through the door Ranja's unlocked. If we're lucky, it'll sniff out what we need. Metallic channels that direct the flow of magicka between different parts of a Dwemer construct. Practically every Dwemer construct has them. But for what I'm planning, only the highest grade will be up to the task. I think our goblin squatters help... We won't be able to direct the soul. I think our goblin squatters help themselves to some of the construct's parts. We'll either need to get them back or find suitable substitutes. Follow my skivaton.
I knew it! I knew it was going to be for nothing! Thoraya's grasping at straws now! This is a wild goose chase! Uno, Kana, Sei! Uno, Kana, Sei! Sanakalama. Sukala! Oh, solala! Ike! Iesuni! How are we supposed to find anything in all this mess?
Trust the rat, goblin hugger. There! Let's get these back to Thariah.
See how the goblins were hoarding this scrap? They were studying it. Given time, I'm sure they would have made some ingenious tools. Of course, it's far more important to dig up a long-dead civilization than observe the birth of a new one. Only took murdering every goblin in this place.
Ha! I'd like to see the like do that.
Imagine what this monstrosity must have been capable of when it was fully functional. Horrifying.
I trust you can handle it. Of course it wouldn't be that easy. Get ready. Some of the vault's defenses are still active. Disabling them is too complex for Skeletons on their own. You'll need to operate them manually. I'll guide you through it. There! Use the Skeevaton's ability to absorb energy and charge it up. Look for an active magicka condenser to tap into. It'll be coursing with power. Hard to miss. Something isn't right. The defenses are still active. Of course it wouldn't be that easy. I've never seen anything like it. Hold it off! I'll think of something! Finally, the Wrathstone. Not what I expected.
Hardly looks dwarven to me.
That's because it isn't. I've never seen anything quite like it.
I don't know what's gotten into Burr. Something about this place spooked him. He's the only one of us with any sense.
Aranja expected such a vault to be laden with treasures. This one thinks the dwarves had a sense of humor.
So that's the Wrathstone. I was expecting something more grand, but I'm too cold to be disappointed.
All this trouble for a hunk of broken stone. There has to be more to it, surely.
The Dwemer took extraordinary pains to seal the Wrathstone away. The question is, why? Study it, obviously. Very carefully, if that's what you're wondering. I've been doing this long enough to be cautious with my meddling.
It seems like part of it is missing.
Yes, it does. And I aim to find out why.
You can count us out of whatever you're planning next. I've had enough of this madness.
All I can tell you with certainty is that the Wrathstone was not created by Dwemer. I'm no stranger to ancient civilizations, but much of this discovery remains a mystery to me. I can't help but feel like we're missing something. Well, aside from the language not being any variation of the Dwemeri tongue that I know of, the design bears none of their cultural aesthetic. Even the stone itself isn't something I've seen used in other Dwemer artifacts. The markings resemble Taagra, but I can't read it. Perhaps some lost Khajiit dialect. The writing seems out of place, like it was added later. The imagery looks much older, but it's a style I've never seen before. What value was this to Dwemer? I mean, why would a civilization that could create a vault as sophisticated as this choose to fill it with such a simple object? It's obvious that the Wrathstone is more than it seems, but answering that question will not be easy. Prepare this piece of the Wrathstone for transport to a safe location. You may have dealt with all the immediate threats, but it'll only be a matter of time before treasure hunters or more goblins come poking around. Safer than anything we've done thus far. Moving the Wrathstone bears some risk, but leaving it here unprotected poses even more danger. I promise to take great pains to ensure its safety and ours. I have the feeling I'll need to mount another expedition before the mystery of the Wrathstone is unraveled. If you'd like to see this through to the end, keep in touch. I could use capable, trustworthy help. Well, aside from the language not being any variation.
I don't know what's gotten into Burr.
Finest merchandise around. Come on, help us out here.
We have deadlines to meet!
You know the rules. No one's allowed inside without authorization. And I don't see your paperwork.
I don't believe this. I'm not leaving until you let us in.
We couldn't stop laughing! The ale is thin, but at least there's plenty. Open for business.
You don't win until you swallow every last bit of that food!
More, and another after that.
Just one more. And another after that.
Have you seen how Idesa carries on with that dark elf? It's disgusting.
The celebration has been good for business.
Forge is no place for game.
Can a lady drink in peace?
You look like you could use a drink.
Do your trading.
What are we drinking to? I've got what we need.
No charge to have a look.
Quality wares.
Hail and all that.
I prefer the Cold Moon Inn to the Sober Nord. It's much more rustic.
No charge to have a look.
You look like I could use a drink.
I believe I'll have another. I have many fine goods.
I sell to the nobility. Did you see the dark elf noble by the forge? He smiled at me. charge to have
I
a
hope
look.
you've got deep, loose pockets.
No charge to have a look. Can a lady drink in peace?
They don't call me mud crab for nothing.
You know, never mind.
Come, do your trading here. I sell to the nobility.
Have you seen how Edessa carries on with that dark elf? It's disgusting.
Come on, help us out here. We have deadlines to meet.
You know the rules. No one's allowed inside without authorization. And I don't see your people.
I don't believe this. I'm not leaving until you let us in.
But why?
Who wants to see how hard I can punch?
The moment the plague disappeared from the gorge, traders were selling their wares again. Amazing! But
What do you want?
I don't really stand on ceremony, so out with it. I'm very busy today. Thank you for that. I'm not really fond of these kind of events, but the Thanes insisted. It's good for the people and good for the...
Now who's got a drink for me? You?
they're all the same. Given all the helmet and they get all high and mighty. It's no wonder the palace is still a wreck.
Come on, help us out here. We have deadlines to meet.
tired of waiting for these silly little elves to get their act together. I'll sell my rabbit meatballs right here. I can't believe it. I haven't had good rabbit meatballs since I left Skyrim.
Stranger, may we speak?
Waiting right here.
I've a fine selection to choose from.
kind cursed those daggers. They burned everything. 10 years ago, I would have killed a lot of them before they stepped off the boat. Old age. Bah. If you run into Holgen, tell him to split an orc at the shoulder for old Vestergar.
To me!
Greetings to you.
Avani's a great blacksmith. His daggers are sharp enough to cut the air.
He certainly has female admirers. I wonder why he never remarried.
He still mourns his wife. Have you seen him in the evenings?
He takes flowers to the Arkaviri War Memorial. He talks to a stone.
If you have a letter from the Forge Mother, then you've come to the right place. And we don't even care that you're one of those Nord-loving, lizard-liking, preening like a dark elf, card-carrying members of the Ebonheart Pact. No offense. And here I am, all the way from the icy nethers of Hrothgar, to officially welcome you and transport you to Orsinium. Of course, I'm also supposed to make sure you're willing to do a little hard work. There's no room for shirkers on my wagon. I sent a caravan full of food and supplies to Orsinium. Once there, everything will be distributed to the outlying clans to help them make it through the winter. The caravan's slow. I want you to catch up with it and see it safely to the city. The caravan should have just entered Hrothgar territory. I can take you as far as the entry gates, but you'll have to make it from there on your own. This is important. If those supplies don't reach the city, the smaller clans don't stand a chance. With so many resources diverted to rebuild the city of Orsinium or to fend off Reachman invaders, the smaller clans haven't prepared for the coming winter. For many orcs, the supplies on that caravan could mean the difference between life and death. Well, not me personally, but yes. Orsinium is going to be grander and more magnificent than any previous version of the city. King Kurog has invited artisans and merchants from all over Tamriel to help with the effort, not just adventurers like you. That's the king's beloved mother. The king is too busy waging war and cracking skulls to be bothered with sending invitations. He leaves all the administrative details to the Forge Mother. She's very good at such things. Invaders from the Reach, the Winterborn. They're following a mad warlord named Yorfan Iceheart on some insane quest to take our land. But we're not going to let that happen. We've got something the Reachmen don't. A secret weapon. Our Achater. What's an Achater? The big animal next to me. That's an Achater. Don't you have them around here? Sweet things, really. We use them for all sorts of things. Transportation, pack animals, beasts of burden. They even make delicious cheese. I can't get into too many details because I don't really know myself. I'm sure it has something to do with rebuilding the city of Orsinium, getting the clans in line, and dealing with the Reach invaders. It's kind of hectic in Hrothgar right now. That's complicated. Well, no, not really. Kurog saved Emmerich's arse during Ranser's war, and we do our part for the Alliance. But there's no way we're letting Covenant forces get anywhere near Orsinium. This situation requires a more personal touch. Who sacks Orsinium every time we rebuild it? The Bredons and the Red Guard. Sure, we're allies now, but how long is that going to last? So the king put it in writing. No Breton or Red Guard armies in Hrothgar. Ever. Says so in the treaty. I can take you as far as the border gate. Then I have to come back in case anyone else shows up with an invitation. Just catch up to the caravan and escort it to the city. Then introduce yourself to Forge Mother Alga. She's expecting you. Let's go.
You there. We need help. Our caravan. They came out of nowhere. Attacked us. Stole our cargo. The orcs need those supplies. The Winterborn. From the Reach. They ambushed us. Leaped out of the damn snow. It's like they knew we were coming. After that, it was all a blur. By the gods, they turned people into ice. They shattered them. We were taking food and supplies to Orsinium. Once there, everything was supposed to be distributed to the outlying clans to help them make it through the winter. Without those supplies, many orcs will die. I don't want to be responsible for that. The remains of the caravan and the surviving members of the crew are just down the road. I don't know where the marauders took the stolen cargo, but maybe someone in the crew saw where they went. No, not all of us. We had a number of warriors among the crew, hired to keep guard. But we were no match for the Winterborn marauders. Some of the traders, though, they raced after them. Those supplies, their clans need them to survive the winter. We were going to help them, but an orc patrol showed up. Some chieftain named Bosrock told us to stay out of the way. The orcs went after the marauders, but they haven't come back yet. Someone's got to save the traders and recover those supplies. The remains of the caravan and the surviving members of the crew are just down the road. I don't know where the marauders took the stolen cargo, but maybe someone in the crew saw where they went.
What are you doing? We can't let let Chief Bosrog deal with the Winterborn by himself.
I didn't come all this way to die, Elf. That isn't what I signed up for.
Damn it! Where are all these Winterborn marauders coming from? Anyone see where the chief and his warriors went? Anyone?
All I see is death and Iceheart's damn Winterborn. A whole lot of Winterborn.
I knew taking on all those peasants was a mistake. Between them and the cargo of food and supplies, we were too tempting a target for Iceheart's marauders.
I just need to catch my breath. Then I'll be ready to face the damn Winterborn.
We should never have come here. This isn't our fight.
This one has never seen anything like it. Fierce Winterborn warriors shouting the name of Yorfon Iceheart over and over. It was terrifying.
Heavily wants us to help the orcs, but I'm not going in there. Not with all those Winterborn marauders.
Did Orsinium send you? Are you part of the reinforcements? The Winterborn came out of nowhere. It happened so fast. They took our cargo into the hills and the orc peasants chased them. That's when Chief Bosrog and his warriors arrived. Our caravan was heading for Orsinium, the new orc city, when the Winterborn landed on the wagons like flesh flies on skeever pie. The orc peasants refused to let their supplies be taken, so they chased the marauders into the hills. In case you haven't noticed, these cracked acorns aren't worth their weight in bloodberry pudding. Besides, before we could rally our forces, Chief Bosrog and his orc warriors arrived. He told us to wait here and then went after the marauders. I knew I liked you the moment I saw you. Chief Bosrog is big and mean and looks like he can fight. But there were an awful lot of marauders. Iceheart's Winterborn won't stop until Bosrog and all the orc peasants are dead. You better hurry. This caravan brought me. I thought we already covered that. Oh, you mean specifically? The invitation. You got one too, didn't you? It talked about testing yourself against the most savage land in Tamriel. That was a challenge I couldn't pass up. He's a chief. In charge of an orc clan or something. If you ask me, he's got more than a chip on his shoulder. It's a whole damn mountain. I don't think he's a big supporter of King Korog, but he saved us before he went to help the peasants. No, we were the caravan guards. Bosrog said he was on patrol, looking for Winterborn marauders. Some scary Reach warlord named Iceheart leads them. Even Bosrog seemed a bit nervous just talking about him. Now go help the chief before it's too late. I will, eventually. Maybe. I mean, look around. These people are injured. What happens if the Winterborn come back? Someone has to protect them, keep them from being picked off one by one. Anyway, I'll keep them safe while you help Chief Bosrog. I knew I liked you the moment I...
won't last much longer.
Keep your heads down and don't move! Chief Bosrog will be back for the rest of us as soon as he can!
We found them! Leave no orc alive!
Somebody help us! Please! There's more of them! Watch out! Thanks for the help. We'll head back to the caravan now. It was stupid to come out here on our own anyway. There are still some of us hiding in the cave near the waterfall. You have to help them too.
Bastards never had a chance. I saw what you did out there. Thanks for helping the clan orcs. The ones in here? I think it's too late to help them. Iceheart. He froze them solid. The bastards got magic, the likes of which I've never seen. Yes, I'm with Bosrog. We were out on patrol when we saw the Winterborn attack the caravan. By the time we reached the wagons, the marauders had already stolen the supplies, and a group of orc peasants were trying to chase them down. Stupid peasants. You're Fawn Iceheart. He's the most powerful of the Winterborn warlords that have been raiding Hrothgar the past few years. Since he arrived from the Reach, the attacks have gotten worse. Iceheart is strong, ambitious, and extremely dangerous. I like your courage, but I don't think you'll get to test it today. If Iceheart was still around, we'd be frozen solid by now. My guess? He got what he wanted and hightailed it out of here. A shame, really. The outlying clans need those supplies. Enough food and supplies to get the outlying clans through the winter. Without those supplies, the clans are going to starve.
Chief Basrog went to track down the Marauders and find the supplies. If he fails, I don't know what we're going to do. Search the area and see if you can find anything that even hints as to where the Marauders disappeared to. If you happen to pick up their trail, find Chief Basrog. He'll know what to do. Leave no stone unturned. Anything you uncover could prove useful.
Where did you take our supplies? I'll kill Winterborn every second until you tell me what I want to know. Don't even think it! These supplies belong to the Winterborn now!
Don't even think it! These supplies belong to the Winterborn now!
The clan peasants. Are they on their way to Orsinium?
The soldiers escorted them and the wounded outsiders. They should be safe enough.
Safe enough isn't good enough. Go after them. I'll continue to look for the Winterborn and the missing supplies.
I wonder how the Winterborn knew we were coming. It was like they were waiting for us when we came through the Merchant's Gate.
The others went on ahead to the city, in case you're wondering. I, felt kind of responsible for sending you into harm's way, so I waited around to make sure you were all right. And here you are, right as rain. Same as all the others. Looking for adventure. I figured there wasn't a better place to make a name for myself than in the untamed wilderness of Hrothgar. Are you going to Orsinium? Ah, King Kulrog's mother. She's one smart woman and an even smarter orc. From what I've heard, you want to stay on her good side. I understand she has a fierce temper. Eventually. But first they asked me to go to Frostbreak Fortress. I think they realized I was good with the bow and they need something filled with arrows. Hopefully it's more of these Winterborn. Who knows? Maybe I'll see you there. The others went on ahead to the city, in case you're wondering.
You're the outsider who leaped into the bear's den to fight the Winterborn? Oh, Shan, the Wood Elf, mentioned you. Surprised you didn't end up all bruised and bloody like the rest of these fools. This is our home, not an amusement for your pleasure. And I appreciate that. Doesn't change the fact that I despise that you're here, though, sticking your nose in our business. Ah, yes. The King's invitation. And what a royal bag of snakes that is. Look, you have my thanks for saving those people. And as much as I hate it, I owe you a favor. But right now, I need to determine where they took the stolen supplies. Let me see that. We've been betrayed, and for gold, no less. By Malakath, I'll make sure someone pays for this. Look, I need to protect the next caravan to come through the Merchant's Gate. If you truly want to help Hrothgar, then you will help me. This note indicates that the traitor has interests in the city. I want you to track down this traitor and find our stolen shipments. The fastest way to get on my good side, and on Kurog's, is to expose the traitor and recover our supplies. I suggest you start your search in the inn. Gold and dark dealings often go hand in hand with drinking and celebrating. Don't disappoint me. I hate putting my trust in outsiders. Do everyone a favor and prove me wrong. I'm the chief of the Foreign clan. One of the oldest and strongest clans in all of Hrothgar. Kurog makes it sound like tradition is a bad thing, but by Malakath's broken tooth, tradition is the lifeblood of our culture. It's who we are. You're a long way from home, and sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. That's a good way to get it cut off, at least in my stronghold. Still, Malakath would call me a fool if I turned down help when it was freely offered. Unfortunately, not even orcs are immune to greed. War provides too many opportunities for those willing to trade in lives and suffering. Gold. It turns brother against brother. We were better off when we bartered for everything we needed. Look for anything that would link this traitor to the note you found. Someone with a lot of gold to spend would be a good start. Then there are the Khajiit traders that were mentioned. How many of the cat people could there be in Orsinium? I suggest you start your search in the inn. Gold and dust.
The others went on ahead to the city.
knows why chiefs do any of the things they do? Politics, I suppose.
Right. Blame it on politics. That's always your excuse.
If we don't get back to work, we'll have to go into politics to make a living.
He paid you back? And with interest? About time. Maybe he finally sold some of those trinkets he loves so much.
I ain't complaining and I ain't asking questions. I'm just glad I finally got paid.
Know what I want to do? Drink this down in peace. Know what I don't want to do? Answer some damn fool questions.
It's a good day, friend. I've got gold in my pocket and a full mug in my hand. So what can I do for you? I don't see how that's any of your business. And if you're thinking of trying to rob me, well, think again. I need this gold for my daughter. Now leave me be or I'll hit you with my mug. Oh, why didn't you just say so? Being all mysterious and scaring a person half to death? So, why are you looking for Gulag? By Trinimax deformed toe, if this gold is illegal, my Shilha needs her potions. All right, let's try this. If you forget all about what we were discussing, then I might have information that will help you. Do you agree? Right. You never heard this from me, but Gulag left here a little while ago to talk to those Khajiit traders. You know, the ones who showed up recently? And if nothing else, you should be able to smell them. He wears some kind of fancy fragrance, says it keeps the spirits docile. The Khajiit sold it to him. You ask me, it smells like a dead horker left out too long in the sun. Follow that scent and it'll lead you right to him. Merchant districts on the city's south side. If you need to buy or sell supplies, there's at least a few honest traders there. And Gulag, you'll find him, or at least smell him. Like a dead horker, you'll see.
Unless you're a really tall mug of bog iron ale. Get out of my face!
Merchant districts on the city's...
It is almost enough to make this one want to stop dealing with him.
Arusha would agree, except for all the gold he gave us. He's got the luck of Joan and Jode, even if he smells like a dead horker.
This one hopes we are blessed with half his luck and twice his gold, but not his scent. We are merchants, yes, from a faraway land. We bring strange and exotic goods to the people of Orsinium. Once we are set up and open, this one will be happy to show you our wares. We are new to this city. Where the one we do business with goes, we do not know. But when he left us, he headed east, toward the residential district. Of course, all the districts of this city look the same to this one. Curious, are you? Our business is quite legal, rest assured. Not all Khajiit practice illicit trades, no matter what you may have heard. We sell elixirs of health, cures for illnesses, headache remedies, those sorts of things. That is a word, yes. The best for the best price. You won't find a lower price in the city, once we're actually open. But if it's gulag you seek, just follow the smell. It is quite prominent, and it lingers like unwanted house guests. This one would ask you to leave us be. You can plainly see that we aren't ready yet to conduct business. Come back later. Much later. This one.
This bath is ours for as long as we want. I paid in advance.
You didn't have 2 gold pieces to rub together last time I saw you, Gulag. What changed?
Fortune happened, my lovely. And it fell right into my lap. Now come here and do the same and we'll both feel better.
Arutha and I have opened our home and our laundry to any orc women who need a safe haven. We know firsthand how difficult life can be for a stronghold orc.
The king invited any stronghold orcs to abandon their clans and take up residence in his new city. We gladly accepted and never looked back.
And who might you be? Go find another bathhouse. I hired this one for the entire day.
I'll let you deal with this, Gulag, darling. I'm going to go and get something to drink.
We Nords will rout out that bastard Filgor. He won't be able to hide in the hills for very long.
What's this about? If you aren't here to use the baths, it must be about my tonics. Well, I can assure you, my tonics are guaranteed to cure whatever ails you. Just takes time. And multiple applications. What? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm a loyal subject of the king. I don't have anything to do with any damn Winterborn. No, I could explain. The people of this city, I made a deal for them. Gold from the Winterborn allows me to produce my tonics at a fraction of the cost. I'm doing this for the people. The outlying clans, they're enemies of this city and our king. Their chiefs refuse to accept the king's rule. They'd rather stay stuck in their old ways and traditions. Meanwhile, the poor of this city can't afford medicine. I'm saving lives. A small price to pay for a larger gain. I've been loyal to this city since before you outsiders started arriving. You have no right to judge me. Fine. What's the use? See what happens when you just try to help? The supplies were sent to Frostbreak Fortress. That's where the Winterborn warlord, Yorfan Iceheart, plans to regroup his forces. I'm sure he's guarding the supplies personally. Do what you will. My tonics are out in the city now, getting to the people who need them. Sure, I won't be able to enjoy the rest of my gold, but I accomplished what I set out to do. What? I paid for the bath. Might as well enjoy it for as long as I can. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to soak.
Once again, welcome to Orsinium. I look forward to working with you on this grand endeavor.
Excuse me, I'm busy. My partner and I have an appointment in the keep, but he's late. Late. That's a generous word for it. I've been waiting here for hours, and he still hasn't shown up. Are you taking a census or something? None of your business. Look, I'm sorry if I'm being rude, but how do my problems concern you? Please, leave me alone. Are you the king's social secretary? No? Didn't think so. My appointment is my own business. You should mind yours. Now leave me alone or I'll call the guard. No, you can't help. Either he shows up or he doesn't. But what's wrong with you? Do you always stick your nose into other people's business? Sorry. I get surly when people are late for appointments. What do you want?
Ah, another traveler arrives in our grand city. Welcome, welcome. Are you one of the chosen? Do you bear the letter from the Forge Mother? I am a High Priestess of Trinimac, serving in Orsinium's temple. Like you, I'm here at the request of Forge Mother Olga to help revive the ancient traditions of truth, honor, and unity. I also greet new arrivals. Tell me, how is your journey? We've received similar reports. Just one of a series of unfortunate incidents that we plan to rectify. Orsimer soldiers and even the king himself are looking into this. King Korog believes that even those who refuse his rule must be cared for. Truly. Perhaps we can still recover the supplies the clans need to survive the winter. The decision to invite outsiders to our land has already reaped untold benefits. Tell me, where have the Winterborn hidden the supplies? You located the stolen supplies and uncovered our betrayer. Trinimac surely sent you to us in our time of need. Take this reward for helping our people. And you must present yourself to Forge Mother Olga. Look, here she comes now.
Is this one of the outsiders who responded to my invitation, High Priestess?
Yes, Grand Forge Mother.
Thank you, Solgra. I will speak to the outsider. Come, outsider. We have much to discuss.
Forge Mother Olga would like to talk to you, my friend. Remember that your actions have not gone unnoticed. I studied at the Magus Guild in Wayrest for many years before traveling across southern Tamriel. I eventually wound up in the Somerset Isles. That was where I first heard the words of Trinimac and found my true calling. I have been called to restore the Orsimer to our true destiny, to revive the ancient traditions, the ideals of truth, honor, and unity. This is Trinimac's will and desire. I have my part to play, and you have yours. Yes, my people are stubborn. They see Malakath as our protector, but nothing could be further from the truth. Malakath's passion is vengeance. We cast ourselves as victims, and this holds us back. Trinimac's light, however, can restore our glory. Forge Mother Olga would like to talk to you, my friend. Remember that your actions have not gone unnoticed.
So our ambassador finally found you. Took a damn time. But you're here now, and that's what counts. Welcome to Orsinium. Amazing how fast we rebuilt the place, isn't it? Orsimer can do anything when we work together. The damn Reachmen and their foul magic. It provides the Winterborn with an unlimited number of soldiers to send against us. Even so, our soldiers have dispatched all but one of their warlords. That bastard, Yothon Iceheart. Where are the supplies? Trinimac smiles upon us, then. My son, King Kurog, has already traveled to Frostbreak Fortress to deal with Warlord Iceheart directly. Without a strong leader, the Winterborn threat will fade away. You must go and tell the king about the supplies. There are two things my son can't resist: food and battle. When he learned of Iceheart's location, he rushed to deal with the warlord personally. Help him end the threat and recover the supplies. The unification of the Orc clans depends on it. The Winterborn pose a threat to all of Hrothgar. Yorvan Iceheart in particular has long been a thorn in our side. The king issued the order to invite you to our land. If the Winterborn are defeated thanks to that order, the clans will take notice. Of course. But many of our best warriors are off helping the Alliance. Besides, the other clan chiefs are too busy seeking their own glory. My son needs someone at his side who has nothing to prove. Someone without an axe to grind. Someone like you. The accursed Winterborn of the Reach. Under the Longhouse Emperors, they dominated these mountains. But the mountains belong to us now. We've driven the cowards back, but their leader, Yorvan Iceheart, still lives. It's time to change that. You can find my son at the camp outside Frostbreak Fortress. It's an old Breton fort southwest of Orsinium. We've been laying siege to the place for weeks, but Iceheart and his rats have burrowed deep. Go and help my son exterminate the vermin. This is Orsinium. Don't you know our traditions? Kurog is king, the chief of our clan, and every clan far and wide. When it comes to war, he's in command. Everything else is better left to the capable skills of his mother and wives. Oh yes, and many times over, just like any other clan chief. Noroga the Hunt Wife, Tuga the Forge Wife, Barital the Hearth Wife, and he has a few Shield Wives as well. They're all fine young women. Kurog's been well matched. I've seen to that. High Priestess Solgra? Oh, we couldn't have done any of this without her. She upholds the ancient traditions, traditions we sorely need right now. With her help, we will restore the true religion of the Orsimer, the religion of Trinimac. Trinimac the warrior, the paragon. Once he was our patron, our god. He encompasses the true ideals of the Orsimer. Strength, honor, and unity. Talk to High Priestess Solgra. She speaks of Trinimac with more elegance and passion than I can manage. There are two things my son can't resist. Food.
I do not wish to delay your journey. I have duties to attend to at the temple, and I know King Korag awaits you at Frostbreak Fortress. Still, in all my travels, I've never encountered so many troublesome extremists as I have here in Orsinium. Followers of both Malakath and Trinimac can be prone to violence. Forge Mother Alga helps keep things civil, though I fear things will get worse before they get better. The fanatics on both sides act out of ignorance, I believe, not out of ill will. She sees the path that Trinimac has set before us. Half the wives in every clan owe her favors, and it was her influence that allowed the city temple to be dedicated to Trinimac. Well, the king was skeptical at first, but he and a few clan chiefs eventually embraced the will of Trinimac. Most of the other chiefs remain opposed to such drastic change, however. They hold on to the old superstitions and refuse to hear the truth. I studied at the Mages Guild in Wales. I do not wish to delay your journey.
Why do all the best opportunities always involve caves?
I've got a lot to do here. My wound, it burns. If we don't wind up beating them, I plan to market my goods to the Winterborn. Gold is gold, am I right?
Fine goods for sale.
If you need steel to spill Winterborn blood, then I probably have something you want.
Everything proceeds exactly according to plan. Exactly. We are slowly pushing our way up the hill. We'll take the fortress in no time at all. No time at all, I tell you.
Load those catapults faster, soldiers! We have them right where we want them!
Ha! Now that's a sight!
I want all the soldiers from all of the clans to circle the fort.
Iceheart won't escape from me this time.
Our soldiers know what to do, Kurog. You can count on that.
Then maybe this victory will finally convince you and the other chiefs to fully accept my claim to the throne.
I'm one of the mighty King Korog's shield wives. I'm his protector, his confidant, his lover. If you do anything to betray my husband, I will separate the limbs from your body and toss the entire mess to the Harpies. My feelings on the matter are of no concern, but I take pride in my role. Both my sister and I love the king in our own way, and we have pledged to keep him safe. Bear that in mind, outsider, and I will have no reason to kill you. I'm one of the mighty king... My beloved certainly enjoys a good meal. It makes my heart sing to see him so happy. I'm more than just a simple bodyguard. I am the king's favorite shield wife. My sister and I protect our beloved. We train with him, sleep with him, and fight at his side when the need arises. Just thinking about him makes me smile.
I want all the soldiers from all of the clans to circle the fort. Iceheart won't escape from me this time.
My beloved certainly enjoys a good meal.
Then maybe this victory will finally convince you and the other chiefs to fully accept my claim to the throne. Do you always just barge into the king's tent without so much as a by your leave? Who in the name of First Forge do you think you are, troll breath? So, you're one of the outsiders my mother's been harping about. I'm Kurog, king of the Orsimer. Welcome to my war. Your timing's perfect. I'm just finishing this damn fine leg of chubloon. You hungry? I do enjoy a good meal before a fight. It's a good thing that that's where we're going, then. This siege was taking too long anyway. Your fawn Iceheart is the last of the Winterborn warlords, And frankly, I'm ready to be done with him. He knows we're coming, so I'm expecting a good fight. You bet your arse I told him we were coming. Fair's fair, and it probably scared the ice water out of his veins. I want to see you in action. You lead, I'll follow. Now, let's go kill old Iceheart. Then we can return to Orsinium and feast. We need to find a way into that fort to get to Iceheart. Talk to the siege commanders and see if they can get us inside. We need to find a way inside the fort. Talk to Chief Urgdosh. They're working on a plan to get into Frostbreak Fortress. Yurfan? He's the leader of the Winterborn Reachmen. Last of the 13 warlords that invaded Hrothgar, in fact. Yurfan's a tough son of a horker, I'll give him that. I let him know we were on our way. Hopefully that'll spice up the battle to come. Of course. I sent an archer to shoot a message over the wall the other day, just to give him a little notice. It was the honorable thing to do. It's what Trinimac would do. Of that, I'm certain. Absolutely. We've been praying to Malakath for centuries, and where's that gotten us? Not very far from what I can see. I'm not a fanatic or anything, but Trinimac's ideals, honor, truth, and unity, the Orsimer can use some of that right now. Food is life. Food is strength. And you certainly don't appear to have missed any meals lately. Trinimac's followers in ancient times, I bet they enjoyed a good feast on a regular basis. I'll have to ask Solgra about that. Absolutely. We've been praying to Malakath for centuries, and we need to find a way inside the fort.
Work builds character, they say. Look at those catapults fly. I'm amazed the towers can withstand the punishment. The Bretons must have used orc crafters, and they built that place to last. But never fear, the Winterborn won't have a fort to protect them for much longer. Kirog summoned the chiefs of Hrothgar to besiege the Winterborn. One of our biggest problems are those Briarheart monstrosities. For every one we kill, 2 more take its place. I know there's a solution, but damn if it doesn't keep eluding us. We need to get inside the fort. Find out where they're spawning those abominations. But the damn harpies! We can't walk 5 steps without becoming bird food. Siege Commander Dolph's working on a plan. I hope it's a good one, for all our sakes. This is the Winterborn's final stand. We destroy the Briarhearts, while Kirog deals with their warlord, Iceheart. If we succeed, Kirog will have ended a threat that has plagued us for far too long. Maybe then I'll consider accepting him as our king.
Load those catapults faster, soldiers! We have them right where we want them!
Surprising, isn't it? We're pretty sure they're all connected through the Hag Ravens, or whatever you call those ugly old hags. It wouldn't surprise me if the Briarhearts are also their creation. They're all vile, a lot of them. The Briarheart warriors are like the undead, only worse. They talk to each other, think on their own, behave just like any other soldier. But there's no way they're alive. Not with half their chest hanging wide open. I guess you haven't experienced a Winterborn raid yet. You can actually see their foul hearts beating inside their open chests. Except they aren't hearts at all. More like some sort of malignant growth. It's unsettling to see, to say the least.
You can say that. It started when he claimed the title of king. Many chiefs aren't ready to bend their knee to Kurog. It's not the Orc way. But Kurog knows how to conduct a battle. Look around. No clan could muster a force such as this. Kurog believes that the Orcs need a united kingdom. We've banded together to defend our land, but beyond that, we'll see. The Winterborn have been ransacking Hrothgar for years. At least Kurog has brought us together to try to put an end to that.
We won't be safe until all of the Winterborn are dead. Now fire!
Perhaps. But tradition sometimes is too high a wall to climb over. We're a proud and stubborn people. New ideas, they frighten us. And Kurog is full of new ideas. A new city, a new god. It's more than many of us can take. But if he wins the day... This is the Winterborn's final stand. We destroy the Briarhearts, while Kurog deals with their warlord, Iceheart. If we succeed, Kurog will have ended a threat that has plagued us for far too long. Maybe then I'll consider accepting him as our king.
If you don't find the alchemist and destroy those nests, we'll never break this siege.
You heard him! For the king!
Get down!
No! No! Let me go! Yeah!
Damn it!
Looks like
And
General
there's more soldiers
Ghost
that
could
way.
use a hand.
You brought the king here? Then welcome to our siege camp. Sorry you had to see those damn harpies at work. I'm not sure King Korog should be walking around out in the open, but I've got a barrel full of my own worries to deal with. If you want to become bird food, I'm not going to stop you. And after losing more soldiers to the harpies, I'm ready to accept any help I can get. Besides, anything is better than what the little wood elf was able to accomplish. Sent her in with a squad of orcs to deal with the harpy nests on the towers. Figured if the nests were on fire, the distraction would allow another squad to get in and put an end to the Briarhearts. But both groups have disappeared without a trace. A volunteer. I appreciate that kind of go-get-'em attitude. If you do manage to find either of the missing squads, remind them that they have their orders. I expect them to complete their missions. The outcome of this siege depends on them. The Winterborn zombies? Not much. Our alchemist, Alinen, has some experience dealing with the Reach. He thinks the Hag Ravens grow the hearts, planting them and harvesting them like grapes from a vine. A disgusting image, I know, but that's Alinen. That's what Alinen thinks. As long as he can put a stop to the foul things, I don't care how crazy his ideas sound. But he's with the second squad, somewhere on the other side of those walls. Without Alinen, things get much more complicated. I sent the Wood Elf and one squad to set fire to the Harpy nests. The other squad is supposed to find the source of the Briarhearts and put an end to that threat. But everything hinged on dealing with the Harpies. We just can't get past the birds. My siege engineers can easily calibrate the trebuchets to launch direct strikes against the Eyrie towers. They just need something to target. That's the first squad's mission. Mark the Eyrie so we can knock it out of the sky. The main path is too well defended. You'll be a lamb led to the slaughter if you go that way.
Our siege provides some cover, so you might be able to sneak around the left side of the fort. And the right side is clear, except for the harpies. The Winterborn zombies? Not much. Our alchemist, Alinen, has some experience dealing with the Reach. A volunteer? The main path is too well defended. You'll be a lamb led to the slaughter if you go that way. Our siege provides some cover, so you might be able to sneak around the left side of the fort. And the right side is clear.
I love the smell of the siege camp. It smells warm and sweet. Makes me anticipate the battle to come. You know what it smells like? It smells like muffins. Really soft, fresh muffins. Covered in bug iron ale jam. I love that smell. Food is life. Food is strength. And you certainly don't appear to have missed any meals lately. Trinimac's followers in ancient times, I bet they enjoyed a good feast on a regular basis. I'll have to ask Solgra about that. Usually the only way to make the clan chiefs come together is to throw an imminent threat in their faces. Luckily, we have the Winterborn. Getting the chiefs to work together? Huh. That's like trying to feed salad to a wood elf. You don't know how things work in Hrothgar, do you? None of the chiefs feel strong enough to challenge me, but only the most loyal actually submit to my authority. And unfortunately, I had to send most of the loyal ones off to help the Covenant. Mind your tongue, Horker. But no, I'm plagued by the same circumstances that have kept us from becoming a truly great people. Most of the remaining chiefs won't give up their independence, and we can't finish building Orsinium until they do. I need the full support of the clans, which I don't have. Yet. I promised myself I wouldn't worry about this. That's for tomorrow. Today, we kill Iceheart and retrieve the supplies. Maybe that will get more clans to commit to my vision. Maybe. I love...
My soldiers will pluck the feathers from those harpies, mark my words. Oh, the king is with you. I didn't notice. I meant no disrespect, King Kurag. My clan and my soldiers are yours to command, always and forever. Bite your tongue, whelp. I've been loyal to King Kurag since Rancer's War. The chiefs run the strongholds, the backbone of Orc society, but they aren't infallible. They hold on to traditions and say the city is a monstrosity, that we lost our way. As long as the Winterborn remain a threat, the chiefs will follow King Kurag. But after that, I think a lot depends on the outcome of this campaign. But no matter what happens, my soldiers and my clan remain dedicated to the king and his vision. My soldiers will pluck the feathers from those harpies, mark my words. Oh, the king...
I'm rather busy right now.
My beloved certainly enjoys a good meal. It makes my heart sing to see him so happy.
Hit the Winterborn with everything we've got!
I'm one of the mighty King Korog's shield wives. I'm his protector, his confidant, his...
I'll... Hold your position. Let no Winterborn get past you. I love... They stopped. Soldiers, lower your weapons. Looks like reinforcements have arrived.
Stand back and stay out of the way, elf.
They actually said that to me. We're surrounded by death and destruction, and they're worried that an outsider might show them up. They can take their pride and... Sorry. I'm a little stressed.
Stand back and...
You and the king have come to our aid? We're honored. But we've been trapped in here for too long. We still have a mission to complete. Once again, we underestimated the Winterborn's capabilities. They caught scent of us as soon as we penetrated the walls. Harpies from above, Winterborn from all sides. We lost a lot of soldiers before we were able to take refuge in this tower. We need to get our archer into position to mark the Harpy Eyries so that our catapults can target them and destroy them. We lost all of our archers. The Wood Elf's all we have left. I hope she's as good of a shot as she claims to be. Our squad split off right after we entered the fortress. They're protecting the Breton alchemist who's supposed to be able to put an end to the Briarheart threat. But it doesn't matter if they're dead or alive if we don't deal with the Harpies. If you can clear us a path to the towers, we can get the elf into position so she can loose her signal arrows. Then the catapults can do their work. We need to hurry. We've lost too much time already. Perfectly good troops to the Winterborn. Clear us a path to the towers and we'll... Clear us a path to the towers and we'll take care of the rest. I promise we'll get the elf into position safely. Whether or not she can hit the target, well, that's a whole other question. I love...
Did I hear that right? They're going to actually trust me with this mission? It's about time. I told them how I won every one of my clan's archery tournaments since I was tall enough to hold a bow. I can do this. I know I can. Between you and me, I'm kind of new to this whole adventuring thing. No one told me exactly what an adventurer is supposed to do. Will I know it when I see it? Is that how this hero business works? An instruction manual would be good. Oh, I know what the mission is. I was just talking about hero stuff in general. As for the Ares, I could hit something that big with my eyes closed. Say, that would be a real challenge. I'd even impress the orcs with a strike like that. You seem pretty confident. All right, I guess I can be confident too. But these orcs, they aren't the sharpest thorns in the forest. Still, no matter how hard a time they give me, they did manage to keep me safe. I'll follow them. Charging through a camp of winterborn marauders. Just another day for an adventurer, huh? Guess it takes some getting used to. Remind me to ask you all kinds of questions later, once we're done with all this. I could use some advice on being a hero. Did I hear that right? They're going to actually trust me with this mission? It's about time.
Keep up, Elf. Those harpies aren't going to kill themselves.
There are so many stairs.
No time for complaints either. We have a mission to complete.
All right. Pushy orc. Just tell me when you want me to make the strike. Gusting winds, flying birds trying to eat us, fire everywhere. But that up there, that's a stationary target that needs an arrow in it. Just tell me when you want me to make the strike.
Look at it burn.
I love...
Well, that was amazing! We get to do that again, right?
Tower secure. Good work, outsider. The Wood Elf is right behind me.
I'm getting really tired of you orcs trying to leave me be... That's strange. Where did the sergeant go? How typical. Now I know why Orsinium put out that call for help. Well, at least you're still here. Let me know when you want me to light the signal. Do me a favor and don't let any of those filthy harpies get too close. I'd hate to get carried off because I was busy concentrating on making this ridiculously easy strike. Speaking of which, let me know when you want me to loose my arrow. 2 Ares destroyed, no
Winterborn
problem.
know how to set up a
Now,
defense.
let's find
this
a Breton
will be a
alchemist.
battle to remember.
I have to admit, those orc catapulteers can certainly hit a mark. Now, all we need to do is find this alchemist. The orcs want him inside the fort, so he can locate the source of those Briarheart warriors. Beats me. The squad escorting the alchemist was supposed to find a way into the fortress proper. Sorry I can't give you better directions, but I never was good at making or reading a map. Help you finish this, of course. That's what heroes do, am I right? I'll just wait a moment and catch my breath, then I'll be right behind you. You really think so? Thanks. I'm kind of proud of my placement. I'm just glad I was able to contribute to the cause. Help you finish this, of course. That's what heroes do. I have to admit, those... I have to admit...
I'm almost certain we can defeat Iceheart. Almost.
Just run and not look back. Wait, who's there?
So this is where the little alchemist has been hiding. I'm almost certain we...
I recognize that orc standing beside you. That's King Kurog. I'm honored that you and the king came to find me. I just wish you had gotten here sooner, before the rest of my squad was lost. Well, we were supposed to wait until the nests were destroyed before heading inside to find the source of the Briarhearts. But the Winterborn, they found us, overwhelmed the soldiers. I ran. I'm not proud of it, but I'm alive. That's what matters. Someone has to destroy the source of the Briarhearts, and I've dealt with the Reach before. They're a rather unhealthy obsession of mine. I know their beliefs, the way they attune with nature. Those Briarhearts, they're as natural as you and I. I have an inkling, but I need to get inside to confirm it. I need to see how they're applying their magic. That will lead me right to the source of the Briarhearts. But you'll need to keep me alive. A lot of people are counting on me to succeed. There's nothing else we can do out here. Let's get inside. I was the only alchemist available. I wish I wasn't, but here I am. Besides, they needed someone who had some experience with the Reach. Of course, I never expected to end up in the middle of a siege. I've encountered Reach magic before. I'm almost certain that these briar hearts are grown in some fashion. Not unlike apples or grapes or juniper berries. From what I've been able to observe, when a Winterborn warrior falls, the briar hearts are used to somehow bring them back from the dead. I'm pretty sure the Hagravens are involved in the process. If I'm right, and the briar hearts are grown, then I can destroy them. I'll know for certain once we get inside and look around. I want to make sure I mix the elixir correctly. Wouldn't want to inadvertently make them stronger, you understand? There's nothing else we can do out here. Let's get inside.
I'm almost certain we can defeat...
Oh, good! You found him. The rest of the Orc soldiers went back to the camp to report in and get new orders. I don't think they actually expected you to find the alchemist. I guess the joke's on them, huh?
There's nothing else we can do.
The rest of the Orc soldiers...
All right, let's go.
Come, follow me. If my suspicions are correct, we shouldn't have any trouble finding what I'm looking for.
We're all going to die down here, aren't we?
Keep your eyes open. We're looking for a plant or a root. Something that doesn't appear quite natural. Something odd, out of place. Something like this.
I think the alchemist found something. As much as I like the attention, you'll probably learn more if you talk to him.
I'm almost certain we can defeat...
Now there's something you don't see every day. A tree growing out of a corpse. I'd say this is what we're looking for. This sapling is but a root, however. A small part of a greater whole. Reach magic corrupts nature. It uses its innate properties to forge terrible powers. The Briarhearts require a larger plant to nurture them and make them grow. But this vile sapling is certainly connected. I can feel energy flowing through it. We need to destroy some of these saplings. Cut off their power to weaken the central tree. Once weakened, I can apply an alchemical solution to the central tree, wherever it grows, and hopefully destroy it, roots and all. Reach magic invades nature, the way a plague violates an infirm body. It changes its host, taking hold and letting its corruption grow stronger. It creates defenses, barriers that can't be easily overcome. It needs to be weakened before we lay siege. Find the saplings and burn as many as you can. That will weaken the corruption and make the defenses more fragile. Meanwhile, I'll concoct a potion using clippings from these little ones. Leave the elf here if you would. I could use the protection. Leave the sapling I found alone. I'll use it to prepare and test my elixir while you burn as many of the others as you can. By the time you return, I'll have developed a poison powerful enough to eat through the central tree's weakened defenses. No, not exactly. In some ways it's the same, but in many others it's completely different. The last time I dealt with reach magic, they were utilizing vines as big as you or I. This is an entirely new type of twisted magic, even for them. I'm completely confident of my abilities. That's just my nature. At its core, reach magic is all the same. They just employ different vessels for their perversions. Once you know how to kill one vile and twisted plant, you can kill them all. Leave the sapling I found alone. I'll use it to prepare and test my elixir while you burn.
Don't worry. I won't let anything happen to the alchemist. I promise. Am I sure? No, not in the least. But I figure you've got enough to deal with without worrying about me and Alanon. Besides, once you really get going, this whole place will be too busy to bother with little old me. Do what you need to do and try not to die. We'll be all right. We need to destroy those Briarhearts one way or another. Then we can gloat about how we accomplished what an army of orcs couldn't do. It'll be grand. Don't worry, I won't let anything happen.
I do love a good roasting. Look at it burn! I'm almost certain we can defeat... I'm almost certain...
You keep fighting, even though you're already defeated. What sad little creatures you are. You think you are clever, burning tiny saplings. But they are mere children compared to our beloved tree. Your actions do not surprise me. Orcs and allies all believe they are stronger than the Reach. Foolish even to the end. I am preparing myself. Going through the ritual period of solitude before they place the Briarheart in my body. Once I take my place as a Briarheart warrior, I will kill you and rain death down upon the orcs who befoul our land. Angry, I am burning with a righteous rage. Once I have joined the ranks of the Briarheart warriors, that anger will fuel my vengeance and bring justice to my people. What haven't the orcs done? They claim land that rightfully belongs to the Reach. They attack and kill my people. They eat food that should be eaten by Winterborn. They are animals. And not even the help of outsiders will save them from my wrath. Our magic, you will never understand. To receive a Briarheart is a precious gift. To receive one while I'm still alive, that is a singular honor. The Hag-Ravens give us these gifts, even as they care for the tree upon which the sacred fruit grows. What a terrible enemy you are. You don't even know about the source of your own doom. I would feel sorry for you, but instead I just want to kill you even faster. Of course I know about the tree. It gives the sacred fruit life. It is strong, powerful, eternal. It cannot be destroyed. It hates you, you know, because you burn its babies. I will kill you for doing that too, once I get my Briarheart. You think you can destroy our eternal tree with fire and axes? Ah! Your tools are useless! The tree's roots run strong and deep. But please, feel free to give it a try. The Hag-Ravens will eat your eyes and use your body for fertilizer. Angry!
Alchemy has always fascinated me. Or maybe it's just the fire. I'm almost certain we can defeat Iceheart. Almost.
You have sided with the orc pigs, which makes you our enemy. But why are you helping those animals? That is the question you should ask yourself as the Winterborn cuts you down. I am preparing myself. Going through the ritual period of solitude before they place the briar.
So, I don't suppose you... maybe... might have seen Alanon on your way back? Maybe? Listen, it wasn't my fault. Alanon sent me to get him some moss that grows on the walls down here. When I got back, the alchemist was gone. Right, that's an excellent plan. But you should take this. Alanon said it was the last ingredient he needed to finish his elixir. I don't see his alchemy bag, so he must have the rest of the components with him. If the tree hasn't eaten him yet. What? No, of course not. At least, I don't think it ate him. But he told me that the Winterborn plant briarheart seeds in dead bodies. The seed eats the body, sprouts roots, and nourishes the tree. Or something like that. I wasn't really listening. Well, I went that way to gather the moss, so he must have gone the other way. Probably turn right at the bend ahead. Let's split up. We can cover more ground that way. Besides, I kind of feel it's my fault, since I left him alone and all that. You go that way, and I'll go this way. The alchemist has to be around here somewhere. As long as he's got his alchemy bag and that moss, everything will turn out fine.
Tell you the truth, I need more soldiers like her in my army. I'm almost certain we can defeat.
Unhand me, you hag! I am not bird food! It's about time you got here. Do something before I roast up here! Don't just stand there and watch me roast. Do something! What am I doing? I'm being roasted alive! What does it look like I'm doing? What's worse, they have my alchemy bag. The elixir was nearly complete when I stumbled into that Winterborn patrol. No. We're running out of time and you have a more important task to complete. You have to destroy the central tree, otherwise the Briarheart warriors will eventually overrun the orcs. I'll find a way out of here, somehow. Find the Hagraven that snatched my alchemy bag and grab the elixir. I couldn't wait for Evely, so I found the moss on my own. Of course, that's when I ran into the Winterborn. Anyway, get the elixir and destroy that tree. Finish this, for me!
There you are! I was looking all over for... Hey! How'd Alanon get up there? That doesn't look very safe. We should get him out of there before he cooks, right? I'm not 100% certain, but I bet I could break the chain holding up the cage with a few well-placed arrows. Sure. Don't worry. I've got this. You don't suppose the cage will shatter on impact, do you? No worries. I never hit anything I'm not aiming at. Well, except for that one time, but that totally doesn't count. I told Bonfor not to move. Go on. I'll take good care of the alchemist. Hey, Alanon! I need you to stay very, very still so I can get you down.
With a bow and arrow? The cage will drop into the fire with me inside.
Just make sure you tuck and roll. I'm not 100% certain, but I bet I could break the chain holding up the cage with a few well-placed arrows.
I'm almost certain we... I'm almost certain...
You found the elixir? Pour it on the tree. The Winterborn are on their way. Defend the tree until the elixir does its work. Just don't let the Winterborn get close enough to heal it.
No! Stop the intruders! The tree must not be destroyed!
Save the Briar Hearts!
Directing my elixir! Stop them!
Kill the intruders!
One more problem solved.
Now, let's go take care of Iceheart.
I'm almost certain we can... Iceheart and the supplies are still in there. We can't leave yet.
The captain wants a report, so I'm trying to figure out what happened here.
I just need to catch my breath. I'll be fine.
They tried to roast you! That's not how we define fine where I come from.
Compared to some of my adventures, this was practically a day at the fair.
The alchemist was almost roasted alive and he's not even remotely distressed about it. No concern for my feelings at all. Did he thank me for rescuing him? No. Does he show even a little gratitude? Not one bit. The alchemist was only...
The Wood Elf got me out of that cage with a damn fine strike. Damn fine. And you handled the Briarheart tree perfectly. Well done. Indubitably. I watched the roots burn with my own eyes. The siege commander needs to hear about this, so we can press the advantage and put an end to the Winterborn threat. As for me, I'm going to relax. Somewhere in Orsinium with a very large drink. You have your report, soldier. Return to the siege commander, and let's finish off these Winterborn bastards. Well, thanks for all the help. I have to admit, I couldn't have destroyed the source of the Briarhearts without you. If you're ever in Orsinium, look for me at the King's Corner Club. I'll even buy you a drink.
Another mission accomplished. We make a pretty good team, don't we? If you need my help again, just whistle. I'm always ready for another adventure.
Well, thanks for all the help. I have to admit, I couldn't have...
Let's show them who really controls Hrothgar. I'm almost certain we... If you have any questions before we go in there, now's the time. I'm almost certain we can defeat Iceheart. Almost. You're fun. He's the leader of the Winterborn Reachmen. Last of the 13 warlords that invaded Hrothgar, in fact. Yurfan's a tough son of a Horker, I'll give him that. I let him know we were on our way. Hopefully that'll spice up. If you have any questions before we go in there, now's the time. I can see why my mother was so insistent about you. You're pretty good in a fight. I was gonna do this by myself, but I'm damn glad I waited for you. I'd be a fool to challenge Iceheart without you. Confident? Yes. Stupid? No. Your fine Iceheart is a legend among the Reachmen. For a while, we didn't even think he was a real person. But he's very real. And if the rumors are true, he's gonna be extremely difficult to kill. They say Yurfan has ice in his veins, that he can freeze an orc's blood with a flick of his wrist. Probably an exaggeration, but we should be careful. Either way, between the two of us, I'm certain we can beat him. Of course, more or less. But in case the battle goes badly, I should thank you now. I haven't fought alongside anyone I trusted since I became king. It's been an honor. Enough with the deep conversation. You ready to smash Iceheart's face? I'm almost certain we can defeat...
So, the king of the pig children has come to die. Your soldiers failed, Kurog, and so will you!
I love it when my enemies mock me. Helps me work up a good rage.
You treat everything like a joke. That's why the orcs refuse to follow you. You mock the fallen and dishonor their sacrifices.
Dishonor them? I'll honor them by separating your head from your body. How do you like that, you cold bastard? Iceheart's blade is mine. Now maybe the clans will finally accept my rule. You don't know how good that feels. Your fun Iceheart is finally dead. Imagine you ate too much, and try as you might, you can't get out that really big belch. Then, finally, you let out a thunderous burp. Yes, that's how I feel right now. For all practical purposes, yes. The remaining Winterborn will put up a fight, but without a warlord, my soldiers should be able to wrap this up in short order. As for me, I can't wait to show off my trophy to the clan chiefs. Yeah, Iceheart's fancy sword. That should prove to the clan chiefs that we killed the warlord. Might even convince the fence-sitters to finally accept me as the rightful king of all the Orsimer. I want to check on the supplies the Winterborn stole from us, and get them ready to transport back to the city. Meet me at the keep when you're finished here. I want you there when I tell the chiefs what we accomplished today. Don't you worry about me. I can take care of myself, no matter what my shield wives think. Besides, you'll kill everything on your way out. I've seen how you fight. Probably won't be anything left for me by the time you get done out there.
Look at those catapults fly. I'm amazed the towers can withstand the punishment.
Winterborn are dead. Now fire!
What did I tell you? Easy as a chater pudding and baked horker pie. Thanks to your efforts, we should be able to wrap up the siege in record time now.
The king eats more food than anyone I've ever met. But I still have a few things left for sale.
Great work in there. You, the Wood Elf, and the Alchemist really came through for us. But no time to talk now. I have to start planning the final assault. I tell you, when we capture the main keep, that's going to be a glorious moment.
I'm beginning to get a little sick of all this blood.
I wish I had time to properly tend to these wounded soldiers.
You want food or drink? I'm the only place to get it between here and Orsinium.
Don't let up! Hit the Winterborn with everything we've got!
Well...
The orcs smell, the Nords are rude, and the Bretons... Gods, don't get me started on the Bretons.
Do you mind? My partner and I have an...
This one committed no crime. Please, help the bunny. This one committed no crime. Please, help. This one committed no crime. Please, help the bunny.
We didn't come for a sermon, priestess. I'm just here to see Kurog.
I meant no offense, Chief Bazrog. I only seek to spread Trinamac's good words.
Again with these Trinamac lies. Let me show you what Malakat thinks of your stupid words.
Your anger is uncalled for, clan chiefs. Please excuse us, Solgra. I see our champion has returned.
They pulled you into their madness? How disappointing.
Get out of my face, outsider. You helped Bazrog, so I'm not inclined to knock out your teeth right now, but that could change at any moment.
I may be grateful for the help you provided me earlier, but you aren't one of us. For your own good, stay out of this. Kurog will be the death of you, mark my words.
You're one of Kurog's pet outsiders, aren't you? Kurog has always had strange ideas, but I think he was drunk when he invited you here. From what I've seen, that's how he makes all his important decisions.
As you can see, the clan chiefs can be a contentious lot. They oppose King Kurog at every turn, especially on matters of faith. But tell me, was Kurog successful? Did you defeat the Winterborn warlord? I knew you'd be able to help Kurog in his mission. Perhaps now the other clans will see that Kurog is destined to lead us all. Once all the clans unite, just imagine the power we will wield. The king sent for them. They are a few of the more vocal opponents to my son's plans, and they refuse to bend their knees to him. They are blinded by centuries of custom and tradition. They refuse to see the glory that King Kurog wants to bestow upon us all. Instead, they stick their heads in the mud like a frightened Argonian and pretend that the old ways are so much better. My son wants to free us from the traditions that hold us back. They mire us in outdated notions and restrictions. We need to become a modern society if we want the other kingdoms to respect us, to take us seriously. King Kurog will make that happen.
Excellent! The time has come! Swear allegiance to me! Orsinium will prosper once the clans unite under my rule.
This again, Kurog? Why should we submit to you this time?
Behold! I wield the Blade of Iceheart. With the help of outsiders, I have vanquished our greatest foe and retrieved the stolen supplies. The chiefs could not stop the Winterborn. Only I have accomplished that.
You ask much, Kurog. To turn away from Malakath. To abandon our most cherished customs.
Bazrog, my old friend. Your outdated ideas will be the death of me.
Don't tempt us, Kurog. Our traditions won't bend to the will of an idiot chief who decides to call himself
King! Idiot! Chief! I am your king. You would all do well to remember that. Now get out of my sight!
You embark on a dangerous path, Kurog. We won't forget this.
You see what the chiefs do? How they disrespect my son and refuse to accept his plans. They should consider themselves lucky that only one chief spilled blood this day.
Treasonous bastards! I just saved their ungrateful arses, and this is the thanks I get? I even showed them Iceheart's sword. How can I create a united nation when the chiefs refuse to accept my rule? More often than not, yes. There's always some fool who wants to quote the Code of Malakath or insult my honor. It infuriates me. How can we build a respectable kingdom when we can't even abandon our most ridiculous superstitions? Targak, it was all I could do not to kill all three of those troll lovers. Let Basrog and Dular think about what happened. I only hope they can set aside old traditions and accept the future I envision. Their support would make things much easier. For now, no. Go explore Hrothgar and get to know this great city. Enjoy yourself. When you're ready for a new challenge, find me at my private tavern in the city. I'm sure I'll have something that requires your specific skill set by then. Go on, see the wonders of Hrothgar. I'll be at my private corner club when you're ready for a new challenge. Just don't get yourself killed. I still have plans for you.
I pray to Trinimac that the chiefs will learn from this experience, but I fear that their stubbornness won't be set aside so easily. But I wanted to thank you. You helped my son, and I appreciate that. Go in peace until he needs you again.
Excuse me. Remember me?
This work
From
isn't
the
going to do
Winterborn
itself.
ambush? The caravan? Hey, I'm talking to you.
I wasn't always a beggar.
A melon rind or a scrap of meat? Some old bread. Anything, please. I'm begging you.
Sorry for shouting at you. It must be this city. Makes me want to walk fast and speak loudly. Oh, you must remember me. The caravan? The Winterborn ambush? Thanks again for helping us with that. Well, not me, exactly. I came to Hrothgar to elevate my status, and here I am running errands for the orcs. Somewhat ignoble, but what can I say? Anyway, your assistance against the Winterborn and in recovering their supplies hasn't gone unnoticed. The king himself has requested your presence at his private tavern here in Orsinium. You must have made quite an impression. You'll have to share your secrets with me sometime. Perhaps you'll be so kind as to put in a good word about me with the king. I'd so enjoy an invitation to his corner club. If you find yourself in need of assistance on any of your secret missions for the king, feel free to seek me out. I'd much prefer to do something, anything, other than carrying messages for the orcs. I could have stayed home for that.